4:23 says, keep and guard your heart with all vigilance, and above all that you guard, for out of it flows the springs of life. This is why it's so important to examine your thoughts. And like I said, write them down, get them on paper. Everything feels heavy in your head. I know I struggle with overanalyzing. So if I'm not writing it down, it feels like this big bomb that's going to blow up and just knock me out of my boots, and I'm not going to be able to do anything. I can't function. I can't focus. But when I get it on paper, I can truly evaluate it and see what is true and what isn't true, what is of God, and just the lies I've believed for such a long time. So I would highly recommend journaling. Journal all the things. And it doesn't have to be something where you sit and you're like, what do I journal? What do I do? I have thoughts that come up all the time, and I'll just sit there and actually think it through and figure out, like, what is the truth? What do I want to believe? What would I rather believe? And what am I not available for anymore? Because as we're thinking things, it's creating feelings, which also affects what you're going to do. So really know what the truth is, know what the word is, and stand firmly on what God is telling you. Philippians 4:8 says, whatever is true, noble, right, pure, lovely, admirable, excellent, or praiseworthy, think about such things. You are what you think, good or bad. So you can focus on being grateful, or you can think about such things, both at the same time. The same as you can be proactive, take a breath, think about what you want to say, or you can be reactive and explode, blame others, and then totally fall apart, and you can't take that stuff back, right? So it's really important to think about how you want to present yourself. Where can you take responsibility? Where can you show up and empower yourself to step out and do something differently and change what is happening? I used to be a victim. I used to feel like everything was happening to me. I was so negative. And then I saw that God wasn't calling me to be that person. He was calling me to own up for where I made mistakes and to step out and do what He was calling me to do. You can empower yourself too. Consciously choose your behavior. Take a breath. Take a moment before you react. Pause and pray, whatever it is that you need to do, but pause before you react. Don't let circumstances determine your feelings. God is in control. Think about Peter when he walked on the water. He stepped out of the boat because Jesus called him. He was willing and he walked on water as he stayed focused on the Lord. But when he started to get distracted by the waves around him, he sank. Keep your eyes on God, and He will continue to guide you where He is calling you to. Ask yourself in these situations, how do you want to show up, and how do you want to respond? Are you focused on what is best for you or what is best for everyone? Are you thinking about where God is calling you? What can you do to stay calm in difficult situations and actually live and love like Jesus did? And remember, when you have high emotions, your intelligence is low. So if something happens that really upsets you, you are not going to come from a good place. You're gonna react. So take that moment to pause and truly ask yourself, how do you want to show up? Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next week.